We got iFox going to be first up versus Milord Pala, dropping down the consecration. Waiting to see if iFox maybe opens up on him. Does iFox take it? His sweet time opening up by removing some of the buffs from Milord Pala, cutting him out into that trap, but that hand of freedom keeping him moving. With a big death chakram, just absolutely massacring through Milord Pala, tearing right through him, and those wings join in for an extra painful experience. Going to be a silence as the chimeric poison courses through his veins. Quick stun, tricking on Milord Pala, using double pony just to get him some mobility, getting a big old hammer throw into iFox. No longer has a trinket, so iFox might be able to get himself some sort of a reset. Grenades gonna thrown in. Hodge, does Milord Pala have anything to follow? Does make sure to cleanse him off of any dots, any poisons. That's gonna be quite a bit of a wombo combo damage versus iFox. Quick freezing trap. Stops him in place. Definitely had quite a bit of progress. Where's the health bar of this hunter? Making sure to get some plays, making sure to get some damage in. Charge trap trying to slow him down. That's going to be also steel trap down on the ground. Does he walk into it? Walks over with the hand of freedom. Backs away from the death chakram. Continues to run for iFox. Does get a stun. That's going to be iFox potential with a big defensive. Does get himself the pet sag. But it's still a lot of damage on the paladin. Together with the shield of Venus. Could be a ton. Does drop down and freeze the trap. iFox. Oh, Milord Pala does avoid it. He does walk around. He notices it and backs away out of it. iFox finds himself at no health whatsoever. Milord Pala needs a little bit more recovery in order to get back in. iFox does dive into camo, and his pet does get into reset. iFox does want to charge in, does want to make some damage happen. Grenade getting thrown in. Milord Pala is gonna have to wait until the next stun is available. Does get himself a Seraphim, maybe giving away a little bit too early. Get himself a little bit of line of sight for a second. Hand of freedom, trying to see maybe he can maximize something. He might just be able to have a go. Does get a Hodge really quickly. It's gonna be trinket out of iFox with the stun. Gonna be a trinket for follow, and iFox has a freezing trap waiting for him. Milord Pala has wings ready. Avoids that freezing trap, just fears around in a Lambo, and that's going to be iFox going for a feint death for a second. Doesn't have much left. It's going to be a turtle. Milord Pala just needs to wait until the turtle is gone and then get a big old hammer throw into Milord Pala. He needs to avoid the next freeze. He's trying to kind of avoid iFox not standing on top of him. iFox trying to cut him back into the freezing trap. Does Milord Pala remember it? It looks like he walks over it, doesn't get hit. Oh, feint death, almost faked it versus Milord. That was a nice feint death at no health whatsoever, or basically like 0 at 1 health. And then Milord Pala looked away for a second. He was like, nah. Double tap the hunter every single time. Basically do the same thing you would do in a zombie apocalypse. You double tap. Whatever you do, just come by, tap one in the head, one more. Just make sure for good measure. And he knew. He looked away, he looked back immediately, once with motion. This man is used to playing hunters. Chillpill's gonna be up next. Got himself the full Sepulchre set, the first one's Mog, which I think looks absolutely fantastic for Death Knights. Angel Stricken getting used up as he goes in for a big A-bomb limit. Probably no longer has a bubble, only a blessing of protection to really prevent some of those damage, but a lot of that shadow damage is going to continue clawing right through. The death goes searing through his skin. Hodge onto Chillpill does not have a way out. The ghost swings around the side, trying to see if he can crack through the flesh cut little by little. Chillpill sprinting back over to Milord. Actually got a lot of movement speed. What is this? Wait, what is this movement speed? Huh? That's gotta be a conduit or something, right? Look at how fast he is. That is the fastest I've seen a Death Knight in ever. Milord Pala trying to see if he can maybe go for a bit of a reset, but that ghoul just empowered, doing so much extra damage. He's just dying to the ghoul by itself. He's literally not looking fighting Chillpills. He's fighting this transformed abomination, this monstrosity. Chain of ice under Milord Pala. Got him some wings as a last ditch effort, but Chillpills with a quick AMS, making himself basically immune to the holy damage. He's gonna necrotically heal his pet for a little bit. He got an extra ghoul boy. Which one of these ghouls is the real ghoul? Is it the spiky one? Or is it the other guy? The bony one. Looks like the spike. I wish the spiky one was the real ghoul. He looks badass. I mean, that guy could probably go for a hug. That could probably be killer. Who's it gonna be up next over for the team 2? We got ourselves in the Sunny as an Affliction Warlock. We got ourselves Lunatic as a Shatter Priest. We got ourselves Lunch, or I Run Cheese. I don't know why I call you Lunch. And DJ. And looks like maybe Lunatic gonna be next versus the Death Knight. I think Lunatic is like, you know what? I know I'm next, but please don't make me go. Chupa's literally walking up and they're just like, who wants to actually fight this man? He really did not want to do it. He saw what happened to Milord Pala. Is like, nope, please no. Gonna be a quick construct on a Lunatic as it goes in for that Angel Stricken really early on. Quick fear onto Chillpills, but the pets are immune to fear. The undead pets literally don't care for fears. So Lunatic will not be able to fear that abomination at all. That did quite a lot of damage. Gonna be full PI as the Triples goes in for Aegis of their own. AMS is trying to immune a lot of this magic damage and birds. It's trying to stay close next to the Lunatic, going for the A-bomb limb. That's gonna be a full disperse, but maybe Chilpos could use the necrotics that he builds up, the necrotic wound, to potentially get some more damage into Lunatic. Maybe in the next intro could potentially do this here. Lunatic at no health whatsoever. I think went in for Greater Fate at the very last second, and Chilpos sacrificing the pet as he's heading over into the enemy team just to make sure to resummon a new one, so he's no longer attacking the enemy team, but also to gain a little bit of health of his own. AMS with Chilpos doesn't really have a lot of health to work with. Gonna be the Ghoul, still getting the pet in combat. Killshot comes through as the Death and Decay is down. Chilpos does get a stun on GJ, needs to catch up on as much healing as possible. He doesn't really have much to work with here. Doesn't need to get slow into GJ Flex. Got himself the Flush Cap, which is gonna give him an opportunity to return here. Gonna be a A-bomb limb, potentially big damage on the GJ Flex. He's trying to go and damage his own. Gonna be Fade Death for a second, could be anyone's game. And he does end up getting a big old it looked like for a second sent on the Eagle, but I'm seeing that the aspect of the Eagle has not been used, so I guess it's just a normal Mongoose Bite, or do you play Raptor Strike in PvP? I think he plays Raptor Strike because he's flank and strike. But DJ Flex found himself at no health whatsoever. Stun onto CBZUs. That Wrathguard is just doing work by itself. Eventually, I think it's going to take you out. If CBZUs can find an angle and send in more Demon Doggers versus DJ Flex, he'll be in a fantastic situation. He's getting hand to go down on it. Needs to make sure that the pet is attacking DJ Flex several times, maybe landing a stun on him. But he's not actually. He's just kind of looking at the pet instead. Looking at Razan or Raban. Gonna be the Demon Doggers jumping in. One of the Demon Doggers eating one of those, one of the freezing traps. And that's gonna be a Dread Bite on DJ. Does go for Feign Death for a second, trying to reposition while getting away from all the pets with CBZs. Tyrant join in together with the Obelisk. Needs to take down the Obby when he can. Those pets are gonna do a lot of work. The pet, his main pet, does get to taunt the Tyrant. So at least the pet is helping him get a little bit of recovery. He is gonna send the Raban pet back with a quick Feign Death Manic Bandage while on the floor with a quick camo. Is going to push in versus CBZUs. Got Demon Dog is chasing after him. Does avoid this pest for quite a bit. It's going to be tricking on CBZUs just to break out of the ruin. But I think the dog is going to do him in. And that's exactly what happens. DJ does end up taking these boys out. With Vooler going to be up next as a Affliction Warlock this time. Trying to get some dots. The dots on a pet will eventually rot him. DJ Flex, I guess Affliction Warlock should have a little bit of an easier time. Because he could always go for Feign Death. Removing all those dots entirely. Especially during the big burst. It's going to be a little bit of time for Wooler to really get a lot of the burst damage because he really needs to get those dots to sit there for a while. DJ Flex does get fully dotted up. It's going to just kind of swing out towards the pillar and then back into the room while making sure to get some dots on the Wooler and then go for a reset of his own. Kill shot does get thrown in with a Mortar Coil. Going to be quick and sharp. The Wooler might be in a tough situation. Trying to go for Soul Rot on the pet and the Hunter. He didn't go for a double drain. He might be in a good spot right now. He's going to try to see if he can drain. Does get Harpoon. That's going to be immunity, but DJ Flex does end up overpowering him with damage alone. With Seaverg being the last one left versus Nasani versus Flex and Lunch. So he has to go versus 3 of these boys back to back. Does roll the Resolve Trinket. Lunch goes in for a quick wave. Hi. It's probably like, hi, big fan. And then faded back into stealth. I like it. But Seaverg is going to be a hell of a game. He just needs to, I guess, wait out for DJ Flex to come out of camo. He's definitely going to get opened up on. He sees the pet, does it with a barrage grenade getting exchanged. And Seaverg is going to have to use the pet again for Mirrors of Trauma like he has done before. DJ's going to have to be extra careful with that pet, making sure the pet doesn't stay on Seaverg whenever he got that Mirrors of Trauma. Maybe pull it back, put it on passive, let it do nothing. Seaverg can't get any procs off of that. Going to be a blink, and Seaverg is able to break out of those stuns immediately. So with that Resolve check, and now he has that immunity. Can't send in stuns. Gets immunity to CC afterwards as well as interrupts. So he has actually a lot of potential to keep casting. Going to be big damage out of DJ onto Seavark. Actually a ton of damage when you think about it. And Seavark just gets over a less than half health. Wait, DJ just putting so much pressure on the guy. And all he's really done is dots and grenades, and Seavark literally left. What? Wait a second, what happened? Huh? He just bowed out. Unforge. With Flex apparently going for at least 3 kills, and I think that would have going to be a 4th, right? And the Seaverg bailed out. Maybe dampening was way too high. He decided, you know what? I don't want to.